If you didn't hate me before, you don't hate me now. You telling yourself it's for all your people. You do this shit, lies become the truth.
We got money on those streets. We need to protect it.
You ain't never had an enemy like me, Kanan.
I had you as an enemy my whole life.
Your mom's is out the game. Everybody else need to get the out the way.
Can't live with him. Can't live with him.
This is a Southside Jamaica Queen story.
Keep in mind, she just told Marvin that Neek and Rock were messing around. And to Leah, I noticed that you said, I told you he knew. He didn't know. They proved it. I guess you missed it. They proved it here that he didn't know. Because he was like, how you know that? And he said, who told you that? And Juke was like, she told me herself.
And he played it off like he already knew that.
Yeah, but he didn't know this shit.
No, he did.
But anyways, I said all of that to get to this scene here. You see, why I keep trying to call Juke Rock? Juke and Kanan is talking. I could see Juke talking to Kanan here, and she's going to bring up Luke at some point. And either Kanan's going to tell him himself because he trusts her enough to tell her that he accidentally did it, or he's going to say something accidental that's going to be enough for her to piece it together and know. I would lean towards he's going to say something for her to piece it together. Mm-hmm. And once she pieces it together, she's going to tell Marvin. And once she tells Marvin, Marvin is going to beat his ass episode 4. Not this episode. I would say it's in episode 4 that is going to happen. And he's going to beat his ass, and Kanan is going to be pissed off at her. That's what's going to break their relationship.
But then they was cool enough for her to nurse him back to health after getting burned.
Right, because they're gonna end up getting back cool, but it's still gonna be, you know how you can become cool with somebody again, but it's like you forgive but don't forget. It's that type of situation. So I think something's gonna happen that they're gonna end up working together again because they're family. But at the back of his head, Kanan is still not gonna forget what she did, and I believe Kanan's gonna do something that's kind of foul to Juke as well, which could be something leaning towards the death of Marvin. So they both could be like, I ain't forgot what you did, you ain't forgot what I did, type of shit. So that could be the reason why Kanan always looking over his shoulder when it comes to her too. Like, damn, she probably still thinking about that shit, what happened with her dad. But anyways, let's continue.
We're gonna need to get big fast. You moving work.
Our work.
Rocket me done. She dead to me already.
Need you to leave me and my peoples alone, Garcia.
So back to here. She's saying, I need you to leave me and my people alone, Garcia. I could see, that's what I'm saying here. I don't believe she's going to end up taking Garcia. What I believe is going to end up happening is Garcia is going to possibly be useful to her. Garcia is what's going to help her piece together the famous and crystal.
How's she going to walk up to this man basically threatening him?
She dirt shit crazy. She crazy as a motherfucker. That's why.
I think she all dropping right there. And I don't know why they don't use more silencers.
But I could see him saying some shit. He's obviously not going to stop, but he could possibly give her some information that's going to be useful. Now, maybe after she gets that information, she lets him alone, possibly. So Pretty Eye said she's going to figure it out because Kanan, hold on, let me go back to that because I was looking at it on my TV screen. That looked like an interesting comment. And I know a lot of y'all are talking, but y'all also got to realize that I'm looking at the trailer while doing it, so I'm not seeing all of y'all comments, and it's a lot of them motherfuckers. So I caught this one on my TV screen. She says she gonna figure it out because Kanan is not sad about it and showing no emotions. She gonna tell Marvin, then he gonna eat Kanan. I agree with you 100%. And maybe not exactly how it happened, but absolutely. My bad, DeMarcus. I missed the super chat from you. You said, here y'all go with the BS, Team Panessa. What BS are you speaking of? Because I was rooting for Panessa. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Maybe you're talking to them in the comment section. But anyways, let's continue.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Your mother's working in Manhattan now. Things could get messy.
Got a spot for you if you lucky.
You will never be above me.
So we know that's the scene that we've been seeing We saw this before episode 1 came out, with Marvin talking with, Kanan, telling him he'll never be above him and shit like that. So it must have been a scene where they're gonna have a conflict between Marvin and Breeze and them, or something like that, in Unique's territory. You know what? What could end up happening is, dang, I thought about it. I just thought about some shit. You remember Kanan and Breeze just left, we last saw them. They're at Unique's spot that he was at, right? Also, Marvin was leaving a spot. So could be a situation where Marvin ends up heading to the same spot that they at, and it was a conflict, and Marvin could end up, shooting at them. They shoot at Marvin, and that, because keep in mind, Kanan was in the driver's seat driving, and Breeze was laughing. And then later on, we see them talking, and he's like, and we hear Marvin say, "That was y'all on 150." Remember that? Mm-hmm. So that could be what's taking place here in episode 3.
It's the same conversation where he just popped his collar.
Yeah.
It's us now. Nobody else need to get.
Hold on, let me go back to that. Trying to catch that.
It's not.
He's working in Manhattan now. Things could get messy.
Yeah, spot for you if you're lucky.
You will never be above me.
It's us now.
So who the Taz punching here?
They we saw where they was loading up the boxes of the pills and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Is that something they into, or is that one of his side hustles?
Good question, because as far as we know, we didn't see nothing that looked like Snaps and Pop and them was dealing with pills. It just seemed like they were dealing with inheritance.
I think I might be reaching. But
my bad. Go ahead.
I said I think I might be reaching, but you notice how when Breeze talked to Taz, it kind of reminds you of how Tommy be talking when he be telling people to mind their business.
Yeah, I ain't never think of that, but okay.
Yeah,
Taz been messing up. He made 2 big mistakes.
Somebody saying Taz is gonna rob the pills. Could happen.
Because in the last episode, somebody ran out of something, and it was Taz's fault.
We're not saying they don't use pills in OG Power, unless you're talking to somebody in the comments. I'm not saying they don't use it in OG Power. I'm talking about in Raising Kanan. Nobody has to use pills.
And Taz asking too many questions.
All we seen in Raising Kanan is heroin and coke, crack. That's it.
They're going to have to show more Taz before they kill him. They got to make his death worthwhile.
I don't see Marvin going to jail. That's just my opinion. I just don't see an angle where he's going to jail. He doesn't seem like the going to jail type. He's already been to prison once. Seriously doubt he wants to go back. So if it comes down with him, he's going to just, go out swinging. Yeah, Kanan definitely going to off Taz, 100%. But still, though, my question remains, though, y'all. Who the fuck is this nigga punching?
Well, the trunk of the car, is that somebody that's got some product or something?
Look like it.
It might be where the chat is talking about he might rob for the
pill guy, yeah. Could be.
Because we still haven't seen the scene where Kanan and Breeze is whooping up on this fat white guy. But I thought that was the guy that was in the back of the truck where they got the boxes.
I thought about that, but it looked like the dude that was in the truck bigger than that. Like his head, like he was the size of the truck. So.
But this was a big person that they was beating up on.
Nah, that nigga when the one they were beating up on wasn't as big as that nigga.
Originally, I thought that was Unique's homeboy from the killer shop. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
I know you're talking about now.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but yeah.
I forgot the nigga name too. DeMarcus, where the fuck you at when we need you? You know his. They don't believe the little white girl. They're gonna keep pressing her till she tell Marvin out of here. The police are gonna tell Juke give her favor, then she will jump. So are you implying that they're gonna tell Juke about the situation with Marvin, or tell her to cooperate with her, or they're gonna arrest him? Am I understanding that correctly?